Belated Easter. I am really sorry that I've missed you over the last couple of days and that I didn't do an update. It has been crazy since Sunday itself, so let's go through a bit of the rundown. I made a huge screw up, thought that my follow-up blood work and ultrasound was on Monday. It ended up being Easter Sunday, so I had a whole bunch of people coming over that day, so it was just absolute craziness. Okay, so had the appointment 7:30 in the morning, and I misunderstood some of the instructions that they gave me, which were if I did have my cycle, then I didn't have to go in and have the ultrasound done because that means that everything was normal and that I was estrogen suppressed. So good thing that I went up anyway after the blood work was done, because then I found out that I needed to pick up my medication. They just said all I needed the first time was the Lupron. And no, not the case. I also needed to have the Puregon and the Menopure. So got those, started them right before supper time on Easter. So that was also part of the craziness. But couple of things I've learned about the Menopure and the Puregon. Puregon I've given to myself before when we had done our IUI. That one wasn't so bad. It stung a little bit. So that's where I got my wonderful idea to go and apply the ice pack this time, so it wasn't so bad. It's tricky though. If you have somebody that's giving the injection to you, it's a little bit weird. So my mom helped me out the first couple of nights. She was able to get it in, but it was tricky for her, so I was able to direct my husband on putting it in, then it wasn't so bad. But you want to make sure that your thumb stays on the blue part and not on the yellow part, because if you do that, then it's going to get stuck. So I ended up with a really big bruise from that, but it was not her fault. The Menopure is craziness. The first time I got it put in, I thought that perhaps the reason why it stung so bad was because she had got me outside of a frozen area. The second time she put it in, she put it right in the middle of the frozen area, and it still didn't seem to matter. So yesterday my husband gave it to me, same thing. So that one just stings. So for yourself, if you do end up on the Menopure, for your own reference, it's gonna hurt. So just buffer yourself. It's not gonna be terrible. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, it's maybe a 6 or a 7, but it's not quite as easy as what the other two are. So just as a heads up. So now on the side effects, still not really terrible. I think the most that I've noticed since I've started all 3 injections, so I'm doing 150 of the Puregon, I'm doing 75 of the Menopure, and 0.1 cc's of the Lupron. The most I'm really feeling is tired, like super, super tired. The rash that I had last week almost instantaneously cleared up, so really happy about that. But what I have noticed is a bit of puffiness. So I don't know if you can see with the eyes, definitely with the eyes. Weird thing, lips in the morning, swollen, bizarre. So I don't know if that's part of it. But yeah, it's mainly the tired. So I'm hanging in there. Now today was another really big update. I went in to do my first checkup to see how many eggs are growing. In a previous post, I had talked to you about how one of my ovaries was sort of up in the air and away. They were sort of worried that we won't be able to get any eggs from that. So one thing they did tell me today is that the left ovary has now come down. So prayers have definitely been answered. I know my mom's been keeping that in her prayers. So there's something to be said for that. They were a little bit disappointed with, and I'm really fidgety today, I'm sorry. A little bit disappointed that my estrogen is higher than what it's supposed to be. So what that means, when they did their scan today, I had a bunch of eggs that are starting, but there's a lot, but they're really, really small, like 0.9 of a millimeter. So they wanted to see them a little bit bigger. Now what the decision was at the end of the day today was I'm now going to switch up my Puregon to 100. We'll see how that goes. I have my next follow-up for Saturday. This could be entirely optimistic, if I have the time and I'm not super crazy that day, I will try to do an update for you at that point just to talk about what's happened. But still, things are looking good and they're happy otherwise. It just may mean that they need to massage my dosages a bit. So Saturday will tell them a lot as far as what next week is going to look at. So projections are I will have another follow-up on Tuesday, and most likely, depending on how I'm stimulating, we'll be going in every single day after that, first thing in the morning, 7:30, to do ultrasounds and the checks. And that's just to find out which day it'll be when I go in to have my egg retrieval. So we're getting there. I'm closer to the end now than what I have been at the beginning. Today has been really funny also, a little bit on the weepy side, and I think it's just because I'm so dang tired, but it's good. I think at the end of the day, if this works, then all of this effort is worthwhile, and it's sort of weird to think of. So I'm going to kind of go into that. We've been trying for so long that I think I just started to long at this stage than what I have been any other time going through all the IUIs and all of the other treatments. So we're hoping for the best, and for the people that have subscribed to my channel, thank you very much. And if there's anything I can help you out with, please feel free to ask in the comments below. And I am surprised at how much making these videos are helping me as far as sort of realizing what's going on and how I feel about it. So thank you very much for being my audience and for being my sounding board. I'm grateful. So signing off for now, and I will hopefully hear from you or speak with you guys at the end of the week. Take care.